for a couple of months, but I thought I would make a before video, I guess, of my garden plans. So starting over the right hand side of the property, there is some random cardboard and mulch that I've popped down. Hopefully going to plant something in there to stabilize the soil over time. At the moment there's a solitary nasturtium which is it's surviving, and I've got some barely surviving comfrey which did not enjoy the winter. Down here, still alive, and there's a completely blank canvas at the front which I am thinking of covering at some point, but I think that'll be one of the last things I do. I have this very well established hedge, which is cool, but not at all edible. All of this gravel will eventually be disappearing and getting replaced with plants. But until now, it's actually been pretty useful to drop off loads of mulch and compost. So I'll keep it for a while I'm covering the ground. So I've tried to plant a few other things in this, which is kind of like the first garden bed. So again, there's some more comfrey there. Kindly donated by my delightful neighbour. There's either Swiss chard or some other green like that, which has been happily eaten by the rabbits, I assume. It's been eaten by something, anything. Anyway, there's a little bit more comfrey. And some random chopped and dropped yucca leaves, which are taking a lot longer to decompose than I thought, but that's okay. So in an effort to keep away the rabbits, I have placed these bottles over the top of, this is rhubarb, but I'm gradually getting there. Some more Swiss chard or something like that. And in this corner, as you can, I will gradually be laying down cardboard, covering it over with either mulch or compost, preferably both, but I don't have any compost at the moment. It's pretty difficult to get given restrictions. This, I'm actually not sure what it is. I thought at first it was a weeping willow. Looks a lot like one, but the leaves don't really. And then the Plant ID app said it's a pepper tree, potentially. Well, that was its best guess. And actually it does smell pretty peppery when you prune off some of the branches, so maybe it is, I don't know. I have my delightful silver maple. His name is Harambe. It was currently hibernating through the winter, but presumably about to sprout. Over here is a garden bed left by the previous owner, which I assume has like acidic soil in it or something, because it has a rose bush in it, and there was something else in there that I thought was acidic. I'll have to test that at some point. More yucca leaves. Then there's a whole bunch of moss. I mean, it's easier to maintain than grass. I will be covering it over in due course. Here is a barely dug hole. It is incredibly thick, heavy clay, which is so hard to dig. But gradually, over the next few weeks, I'm going to dig that out to a 1 meter square hole to put my fig plants in, or one of my fig trees in. Here is the beginnings of some like grass and clover and so forth, but thankfully it doesn't grow too well. Here are the fig trees in question that I've picked up. Keen to plant them. This is what's left of the yucca. The plan is that out once it's dried out in springtime, but it's pretty deep rooted. I don't know how well I'll do with that. Anyway, there's some whatevers that are planted in this garden bed by the previous owner, and another massive hedge which is going to be a delight to prune. Tomato trellis that I haven't put up yet. More yucca leaves, tomato, some bay tree cuttings that I'm trying to propagate, a couple of tomatoes. So then on this side, across the driveway, there is, well, firstly some more hedges. Previously I really liked hedges. And a whole smattering of succulents and such like. Some more cardboard that I have yet to cover over. And what used to be a sheer clay wall, which either needed a retaining wall or stabilization, so I've opted because just straight up ends with no downpipe. So that's a to-do whenever I can get to Bunnings, whenever that is. But the long-term plan for this is to hopefully put up a few things. I mean, I'm thinking of like trellis would look nice. Maybe a couple of trees in here. After the drainage is solved, I think that'll make it more obvious what to do there. But anyway, that's pretty much it for the before video, I guess. It'll be very interesting to see. Oh, actually, there's a few little ginger and/or turmeric. I'm actually not sure which, because I planted both in here and I didn't expect any of them to work. But they've sprouted, so that's cool. There's I think there's another one. There's another one there. And my struggling, yeah, I mean it's holding on for dear life, this spring onion. But it's still alive. The potato I tried transplanting for my old place did not survive at all, because it was behind the yucca, and the yucca just choked it out. Anyway, that is pretty much the before video. It'll be very interesting to see how this progresses over the next few years.